What's going on YouTube? It's Martin Teague. I'm a local realtor here in the Inland Empire area. I'm here to give you guys a housing market update in August 2026. And I just have one question. Is it finally a buyer's market? If you're thinking about buying or selling a home in Southern California right now, you're probably asking yourself one question. What is going on in the housing market right now? Are prices coming down? Are mortgage rates finally dropping? Is this a buyer's market? And most importantly, should you buy a home right now or should you wait? In today's video, I'm breaking down the August 2026 housing market, specifically what I'm seeing in the Riverside County and Moreno Valley area. And by the end of this video, I'll tell you who I think has the advantage in this market. Let's start off with mortgage rates, arguably the biggest factor affecting the housing market right now. As we head towards the end of August, the average 30-year fixed mortgage rate is sitting about 6.65%. But here's the most important part, which I can't believe people are still thinking this. Those 2s and 3s, if you're sitting around waiting for them, you're probably going to be sitting forever. It just isn't a realistic strategy, and currently this housing market has adjusted to the rates that we are currently sitting at right now at 6.65%. And what we're still seeing right now are buyers are purchasing homes, but they are way much more selective. Buyers are looking at monthly payments, they're negotiating, they're asking sellers for credits, and they're taking more time making an offer. So if you're sitting around waiting for rates to dramatically fall, just remember, a lower rate doesn't necessarily mean a cheaper house. If rates fall significantly, we can see many more buyers come back into the market, which means more competition. And that takes me to number 2, home prices. Let's talk about these home prices. Currently, the median sale price in Riverside County is $606,000. Are the homes crashing? No. But we're also not seeing the massive appreciation that we saw a couple years ago. And honestly, I just think that's important for buyers to understand. The market is becoming way more balanced right now. Sellers can't necessarily put a house on the market at any price and expect multiple offers on that price. Buyers have more opportunities to negotiate, and homes that are overpriced are sitting on the market for longer than 90 days. That means pricing your home is extremely important. If you're a seller right now, your competition isn't just down the street. It's against any house that a buyer can actually afford right now. Now, inventory. This is where things get interesting. You might hear people say there are tons of homes for sale right now. Buyers have all the power. But here in the Inland Empire, that is not the story. Riverside County had roughly 9,400 homes for sale at the end of July. But inventory isn't growing at the same pace everywhere. Realtor.com reported that listings in Riverside County were down 6% year over year, while nationally, inventory was increasing everywhere. And that matters because even though buyers have more negotiating power than they did a few years ago, there's still a limited number of supply of homes. It's one of the reasons why I don't expect homes in the Inland Empire to suddenly collapse. There just simply isn't enough homes on the market right now for a simple correction. What about Moreno Valley? This is an area I typically farm in. I've grown up in Moreno Valley. I know this area like the back of my hand. The median sale price is $544,000 and the median list price is $567,000. And this tells me one thing. Buyers are still buying. They're just not buying every house at every price. There are homes that are selling very quickly, and there are homes that are sitting on the market longer than what they should be because they're overpriced and they're not offering buyers enough value. So if you're thinking about buying in Moreno Valley, don't just look at the asking price. Look at the homes that are actually being sold around in the market and see what those homes are actually going for. Now, is it a buyer's market? Here's a $1 million question. I would describe it more as a buyer-friendly market more than an actual buyer's market. Why? Because buyers simply have more leverage than they had in the past few years. You have more time to negotiate. You may be able to negotiate repairs, closing costs, or even a mortgage rate buy down. Sellers still have an advantage when their home is well priced, well maintained, and is in a desirable location. It's not necessarily buyer versus seller. It's more like smart buyer versus unprepared seller. So with all that being said, should you buy right now? My answer is, it depends on your situation. If you're financially ready, you have a stable income, you plan on living in the homes for several years, and you find a home that fits your budget, I wouldn't automatically tell you to wait because nobody knows where mortgage rates or home prices will be 6 months from now. But on the other hand, if you're buying a home right now and that home is going to stretch your budget to the absolute limit, don't just buy a home because you think you're going to miss out. The best time to buy isn't when someone on social media tells you that the market is at the bottom right now. When the numbers make sense for you. And remember, you can refinance a mortgage rate in the future, but you can't refinance the purchase price that you paid for the house. And if you're a seller right now, here's my advice. Don't chase the market, price ahead of it. Buyers today have more access than ever. They can see how long your home has been sitting on the market. They can see comparable homes that have been sold down the street. They can see price reductions. So if you're overpriced from day one, you're potentially helping the competition sell their house instead of yours. A strategic price, great presentation, professional marketing, and strong negotiating matter more than ever right now. So that's your August 2026 housing market update. We're not in the crazy selling market we saw a few years ago, but we're also not in a housing crash. We're in a market where buyers have more leverage, sellers have to be more strategic, and mortgage rates are one of the biggest factors. If you're thinking about buying or selling in the Inland Empire, please do not make your decision based on national headlines. Your market can tell a whole different story. If you want me to break down the housing market specifically for your city, whether that's Moreno Valley, Corona, Menifee, San Jacinto, comment down in the section below and I'll get that video done for you. If you found this video helpful, please like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.